Hello, hope everyone is doing well. Back with the YouTube video. Might actually be a little bit odd, different to what I've done the last two. Is it two that I've done? It's probably not three. I am currently on my way to Tim's for an in-person check-in and session at his gym, which will be cool. And we are, I think, 10 weeks out in 2 days, something like that. 10 or 11. I really don't know. I think I said this on a previous video. It's like the first prep I've done, which I actually don't know how many weeks out I am. And normally I'm like, oh my god, I'm the X weeks out or X days out or whatnot. And I'm like, it's in the forefront of my mind. I know exactly how many days out I am or weeks out. This time I actually don't know. I know when I'm competing. Like first 2 weekends of May. Kind of know what shows I'm doing because nothing's like 100% set in stone, but I know what weekends I'm competing on, so I know when I'm actually competing. I just don't know how many weeks out I am. But either way, a couple of weeks out, good amount of weeks out, got loads of time, and in a good sort of spot. So it'll be good to have a look today, and like in person. So the last time I saw Tim in person was like probably about a month ago. And I've changed, my physique's got a lot leaner since then, which is good. And currently sitting this morning, 207.2 pounds. I don't really know what that is in kilos, maybe like 92, something like that, 93. Definitely feel a lot flatter. My pec, I can train now decently well. It's very flat, but my chest is ridiculously flat, so like I can maybe do like 1 or 2 working sets sound, and then after that like I just get to a point where I just like die off, and then like I'll be doing like a set which should be like a 12 to 15 repper. I'll get to like 4 or 5 and the 6th one just won't move, so that's not ideal, but it will come back with time and just getting back into a good swing of it, and I've got no issues there. Adductors I've also been able to train as well. The adductor in my usual gym is absolutely terrible. Any of my clients watching this who also train there, anyone who's watching who also trains in there, wicked gym, do like the gym. Adductor, shit. I mean, it's a Primal one, which isn't the best brand in the world, but I actually didn't mind it. It was actually like decent, but now it's like got a very not very nice sticking point in the stretch, and it's not just like a sticking point, it's almost, it just needs some work done to it, so that's also not helping with that, but I can begin to work some sets back in now, which is good. The rest of my physique, happy with. Feel like I'm in a good spot there. I'm always gonna be like in my head a bit. I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm behind because I'm not skinned right now. But I think everyone goes to at some point. No matter how many times you prep, you're like, oh my god, the show's coming up, but I'm not peeled. I need to be peeled, so I'm fine. You don't. If I was peeled right now, I'd look shit in May. I wouldn't look very good whatsoever because I would just fade and fade and fade. But I've always just want to be there. But I keep reminding myself, it's like I'm probably the amount of weeks out now that I was the last prep when I actually said to Tim, I want to do this show. And I'm probably at the same body weight, and I'm probably going to be a bit heavier on stage this year, and I'm already a lot leaner, so that's good. Yeah, I'm not going to overlay my check-in today because I was at Molly's and the light in there isn't the best, so I look shit. But later on, you'll probably see a little bit of like, I'll probably whack the phone up when Tim has like a bit of a look through, and you can just sort of like hear the chats and whatnot. I'll also try and record some of my training as well. It'll kind of just be like almost like a bit of like a fly on the wall session. I do have my mic with me, so I could use that, but I might not. I'll take it in with me. If I can be asked, I'll use it, but I also might not. But yeah, I am currently around 20-25 minutes away left the drive. It's not too bad when I'm heading up from London because it's like an hour and 45, whereas if I was going up from mine in Cardiff, it would be like 6 hours. So that's a lot better. And it's a bit of an early one, which is not ideal because my sleep is absolutely dreadful at the moment. Like very poor. I'm the biggest advocate for good sleep. I just can't get it, which is lovely. Which is not lovely, it's shit. But prep-wise, everything's sound. Still getting leaner. My trainer's sound. My leg training really, really good now, which is absolutely lovely. Like my session on Wednesday, I trained with my client Killian. Same client, it's also one of my good mates. Mate slash client. Mate who I just changed his carbs around. There we go. And it was like a really, really good session. I'm currently doing the pendulum squat on that session. Just 3 working sets on that as like the only compound that I do. I've now put dumbbell RD on at the end instead of like a single leg hammer curl, because I was just never really getting on with the single leg. And that dumbbell RDL set felt sound, so that's cool. Whereas before, it's given me a bit of like nerve pain. But the pendulum, absolutely bang on, no issues there, which I'm really, really happy with. So, albeit there's 1 or 2 things which are a bit meh, sleep, probably 4 actually, sleep, pec, adductor, stressed. I'm always stressed.
I won't take photos now, I'll just look at them. Yeah, I'll post them because they're really good. Nice cut turn.
Can you take some for me? Yeah, right, anyway.
No. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Good all. Good. Doing your transition again. Clench your chest. And on your ab, yeah. Before you go into a front double, do your transition.
What?
Go like that. Nice. Yeah. That's good. Just don't close yourself off too much, because what you can do is you can make yourself look a bit.
Because I like
You can make yourself look like
chest.
shape. Yeah.
Do you reckon not tense the chest?
Yeah. I mean that's twice the size now, Josh.
You see
That's
that?
our chest.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's twice the size. Nice, so try. Thanks. Very fucking peeled.
Do you reckon that'll be in? It's time to do that.
I think midsection will be profoundly better, yeah.
I've actually started training it as well.
Yeah, me too. I need to.
Yeah. I don't do curls, I'm not gonna lie.
I need to. I should have done today.
I can't be arsed, I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Last spread. Good. Abs and thighs.
Do you reckon abs are like this, so abs are 5 hands on?
Let's see them both. Nice. Yeah, front on.
Do you reckon? Most muscular front or side on?
Front on. That one side on.
This one's on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then your actual most muscular front on.
Might could try a different one. Don't know if it looks good though.
Go on then. Yeah, hand on here. Yeah, it looks good. Be on your quads there.
Huh?
Be on your quads. Nice. Yeah, that's really good. That's mega. Yeah. Oh, that's how I finish your abs and thigh. Yeah, nice. Really good. A classic. Come on, get in.
Yep.
Yeah. On the quads. Good.
Do you reckon just quads don't or not?
No, not with that. Beautiful. And then one hand on the hip. With the quad stomp on that one. More to me, the quad stomp if you can. Nice. Yeah, and then abs and thigh.
What at that?
Yeah, your abs and thigh.
Yeah.
Good. Most classic again.
Go back and go. Go back and go a bit there.
Yeah, I did notice it there. Just check in tomorrow. Check in the morning tomorrow. We'll do high days.
Alright, hello. I'm back from Tim's. I didn't stick to my promise. This video is actually going to be a bit longer. I don't really know how this video has gone. I might have introed it a bit differently, but I started off initially. Let me adjust the camera. The quality on this probably also garbage because I'm using my front camera as well. I started this off by saying I was gonna record some like fly on the wall bits of my training and then me posing afterwards and whatnot, and just leave it there. Didn't record any of my training, did I? So what this has now become, because of the result of me seeing him in person, is going to be a full weekend of day in the life, 10 weeks out of a very, very average junior bodybuilder who is having 2 back-to-back high days across the weekend. Training legs tomorrow, either at B modified or at Ultraflex Derby. 700 carb going in tomorrow, 700 carb going in Sunday. Then I got legs tomorrow, upper on Sunday, which we call because today is Friday. That's how days work, that's how weeks work. So yeah, that is the plan over the weekend, which is quite funny considering that my baseline diet is like 450 carb now. And I'm still like, not even that flat, but we've got just ages and it's so we don't need I don't need to really push that hard at the moment, which is really, really nice because that's not really been the case. But previous years is going to be quite fun. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I will record some of my lower body training tomorrow, and I'll just record a bit of like a day in the life. I'm currently prepping the majority of my food for tomorrow. I've now invested in a microwave rice cooker, not a proper one yet, because I'm not that much of a bodybuilder, obviously. And I've also just sorted out Molly's food, well, her cream of rice and oats meals, which you can see is there. The go. Molly's currently at the cinema. 2 of her clients, I think Molly, if they're watching this and I've got this wrong, I'm really sorry. Molly and Katie, I think I've got that right. I've gone for the weekend, which is really nice. We're going to train with them tomorrow. Really cool, which will be nice for her, as it feels like she's always been jumping into my client meetups. Now I can jump into hers. And basically tell her, that's what I'm saying, she's doing a shit job. She's not. She's doing really, really fucking well. Any girls wanting coaching who don't want to go with myself, you're stupid. Go with Molly, please. I will put Molly's Enquire link below. There you go. But yeah, I am now prepping my food. Here's my chicken done, lovely. I've got another meal to sort out, and then on the road tomorrow, legs about midday-ish, and then I'm heading to the football. City have got Newcastle at home at 8 PM, so I'll be getting back to Nottingham very late. Sorry, Molly, because she's got work at 10. And I've got posing with Liam Watson at 10. I'll record that as well. There we go. It'll be a good weekend, and then I'll probably outro it on my way home. But I'll leave it there for now because I don't want to ramble too much. Because the first video I rambled for like 45 minutes. I had to cut loads of it down. So yeah, 700 carb going into tomorrow. 700 carb going in on Sunday, and then back to the dig. I'm taking the piss, but it will go dig at some point, and I do feel battered already. Not battered, but I do feel a bit rough. I'm going to feel awful soon. Right, so I thought I'd actually talk over some of my training as I'm doing it. So, laying hamstring curl, which I'm currently doing. It's the first hamstring curl move of this session. I've got my lovely helper, Molly. Essentially here just to tap my hamstrings a little bit. Like I've always found hamstring curls in the past, like sometimes I find it sometimes a little bit difficult to get that connection there. So I'll say to her, like, as I'm going through an eccentric into that lengthened position, just to spend a bit of time, just tap my hamstrings basically, just so I've got that connection there, and it definitely does help. And then when it comes towards the latter end of the set, just making sure that I'm getting that spot there, and getting that additional rep. Now you've got a nice image of me trying to get Molly's attention so that she can come and spot me, but I don't think she did at this point, because she's behind me now doing that leg press. But now it's now again another 3 sets of the prime leg extension. This session starts off with 2 lateral raises, a dumbbell, then a single arm. I then realised that I probably do need a spot from Molly, so I actually just grabbed her over before I then go into some ab work to start off the session. And an adductor, which I've now been able to work back in, before then go on to 3 sets of a hamstring curl. I would do the seated usually and then the lay-in later on, but I'd basically just do 2 lay-in hamstring curls in this session, 1 pin loaded, or prime loaded in like the mid to lengthen range, and then towards the latter end of the session just loaded in the lengthen range. Then I've got the leg extension anyway, so 3 sets here, 3 sets on majority of things, moving from like a medium range set, then going a little bit heavier, but before then finish off with a little bit more of a lighter set. And I'm finding that approach works really, really well for more isolation movements, or potentially even movements which I just sort of need to bring up a bit more, because I'm going into a bit more of like an active warm-up set, before then going into a bit more of a heavier loading set, and then finish off with some a bit more sort of high rep work. We've then got the first compound of the session. This is actually the exact same machine that I caused some issue to my adductors a couple of weeks back, so now I'm just really trying to refine the load down. I believe it was 8 plates for the first set, and then 9 plates for the second, and I had like a nice slow controlled eccentric and a nice 2-second pause at the bottom. And I think that's something which is I'm definitely trying to do a lot more with my training now. It's just I've done it for the last year and a bit, like the last 18 months or so, but even more so now I'm just really trying to refine certain bits of my training, like especially on like movements where I understand that I'm relatively good at, I'm relatively strong at. I don't need to go and chase down 14, 15, 16, 17 plates on this leg press, because if I'm already getting some sort of grief by doing the 13 odd plates, then 14, 15, 16 is only going to cause more grief there. And I've done this with a lot of clients as well, and I think it definitely does work well. Obviously, you're applying more tension to a muscle, you're forcing it to work harder, and having a nice slow eccentric here and having that good pause in the hole is something which is massively proven benefit within everything. So that was the first set there. I then go into the second set, which was a little bit heavier. I didn't get a spot for this, but with my training now, I'm in a point where I would probably rather take a set to basically failure, where I feel like I wouldn't be able to get another rep on my own, and then leave it there, because otherwise I don't want to be getting to a point where like I have to get so switched on, I have to get so amped up, because it just takes away from the remainder of my session. And I've been at a point where I'm walking up to a deadlift, I'm walking up to a leg press, and I'm fucking as amped up as I possibly can be. And as a result of it, all I'm really finding is that I do see a drop off in performance towards the latter end of the session, and it's therefore getting to a point then where I need to do that for every single set that I do, and it's just not something with me getting busier that it's probably the best thing to do anyway. And then finish off with a bit more of a higher rep sort of approach on the Gym Leco hack squat. This is like the very, very back end of like a 20 to 25 rep set. And it's the first time I've done a hack in a very long time. Like, I think, give me a few more weeks, I will get the rep that you're about to see that I don't get. But very, very fun regardless. And that is the lower session that I did film. Right, hello. I don't think I've recorded my YouTube today. Have I spoke?
No.
Don't think I have. If I have, then if I look back through my camera, there's something.
You haven't.
I haven't. I think I spoke yesterday when I was prepping Molly's food, which Molly's really liked her food today. She got back to the cinema and she was just really, really thankful to me.
I was.
Yeah.
I had to remake it.
Which ones?
All of it. He seemed to prep his own food fine, but my own.
Because I know how I like my food.
I went I've had to throw it out, so I put it in the bin, and the oats came out 125 grams of oats. Bear in mind, just one lump.
You said you like
It
your
was
oats.
so like it was a brick.
You had a-
I'm
you
not joking. I couldn't even get my spoon into it.
You had a go at me once for making your oats too runny. Now I'm making them too thick and I just can't win. Cream of rice, okay, that was my fault because I let it cool for too long before I put it in.
It was
the
soup.
So,
I am really grateful.
I started throwing back to my first prep. Do you remember when I was having I remember I had like cream of rice and it was like 75 grams and I just put I'd do it like a 10 to 1 ratio. It was like just a
Oh my
massive,
God.
you know those like mixing bowls.
I don't
man?
understand how people do it.
Like post-workout meal, I've like just usually like if I'm on a high day or I'm in like an off season, I have like a mixing bowl of like Frosties. It was that of just cream of rice that I used to microwave it for like half an hour, like minute by minute by minute, and just mix and mix and mix.
Surely
And
the
eventually,
texture goes like really like curdled though. Like,
nah, eventually it was relatively thick. When I say thick, it wasn't, but it was not.
but it didn't
watery.
taste of anything though. You would have got rid of all the flavour.
That's where you're wrong. I also, because I was working at CSN at that point, I also had like these sugar-free syrups that you put in like coffee, so I just put some of that in there as well. No wonder my digestion went to shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the update on Molly's food. Legs today, woke up again, another new low, which is quite nice considering now going some high days. New low of 206.7, which is cool. Trained off one meal, which I don't usually do, but Molly's clients were up, so wanted to get our session in a little bit early, and then we needed to head off a little bit later on. Session was sound. I would have put some bits before now anyway. I didn't record everything because I'll be honest, I just couldn't be arsed. I can't be arsed recording like dumbbell laterals when it's a bit busy. Like legs was a bit quieter, so I was like, I don't mind filming a bit more there. But usual sort of session. I have moved around a few bits, so like I now do my compound movements after my leg extension, then I finish off with another hamstring curl, and then I've got the glute drive right at the end now. So that was sound, that was cool. I feel probably the most battered I've felt in a very, very long time. So the high day has definitely come at a good point, which is good. And also an extra bit of sodium in there. Because unlike some people in this car, I actually track my salt. I have
That's
that
not true. I
consistent.
do track my salt. He's the one that decided to double his salt overnight from 6 to 12 grams.
Yeah,
So just shut up.
yeah, all right. And then what did you do about 3 weeks later?
The same. Obviously not as much.
No, you went from 0 to 5.
I didn't go from 0.
You went from untracked, but like 2 grinds of salt on each meal, and then like, you know, I'm gonna bump it loads.
I went from like 0.5 to 6.
And we just like, Tim, can you sort this out, please?
I love salt.
It's great. Don't mention salt around me, Molly, and Tim to have a panic attack. But yeah, my session was good. My session was sound. I might actually, to be fair, in the middle, in between me and Molly, I'll now put some like shots of how I was looking post-workout, which I'm actually really happy with. Like, even after just like one pretty high carb meal, which was, I can't bother doing a full day of eating, mainly because I'm way too unorganised and I just want to literally get the food and just crack on with something. Which was 200 grams of rice, uncooked, 100 chicken, pineapple, honey, dark chocolate. I think that was it. Which just sounds, rice at the moment is digesting well. I've probably got another about 3-4 weeks till that goes wrong. But it was fine. The session was good. I've got upper tomorrow, which again I'll try and record a few bits. I have no idea where I'm training yet. Is there any point doing your work? Probably not.
You do it if you wanted to.
It depends if I want to, doesn't it? That's the question. So I might do it there, but it's a bit shit. Sorry.
Brilliant. Sign up to Last Plus.
Yeah, please do, because Molly's panicking because it's like the last week of sales. She's like, oh my god, I need to get sales.
It's so good.
So yeah, I've already put your link to coaching in the description. But if you want to sign up to Molly's gym as well, just do both. Would be wicked. But we're now on the way to Manchester. How long does it say it's got left? I've currently got a what? Yeah,
1 hour, 8
Will
minutes.
Fishlop's messaging. Oh, blocking it. 1 hour 8 minutes, which is actually nice. We should get there before kickoff. We should get there an hour and 20 minutes before kickoff, which is nice because usually we get there pretty much as the game kicks off. I think one game we actually missed kickoff, so not ideal, but Should be fine, should get there on time. Molly's got a prediction of 2-1. Who's scoring? Or are you gonna change from 2-1? You got Newcastle, by the way.
I'll leave it as 2-1.
Who's gonna score?
Haaland.
Who's gonna score for Newcastle?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know any Newcastle players?
No!
How?
Didn't even know Newcastle had a football team.
That's bullshit.
I don't know any Newcastle players, no.
Fucking hell. Okay, do you even know Molly's a Chelsea fan? Do you know any Chelsea players right now?
I'd have to have a think about it, but I definitely do.
We'll have a think about it. Get back to us now. Think now.
Well, no, because I don't have time to have a think about it, will I?
Oh, fucking God. 3-0. Semenyo, Rodri, Haaland. There you go. That's my prediction. And then we go 2 points behind Arsenal, which would be lovely, which would be sick. And then I'm going to Cup final next month, which I'm kind of a bit anxious about because I am not a very level-headed person when I'm close to a show. I'm not close to a show. I'm not even. I should be fine, but yeah, I think I'm like 5 weeks out, and I've got to go to Wembley, which I've never been to Wembley before. So that'll be cool, but I don't really know my way around, so that'll be great. But yeah, session was good. Molly thinks 2-1. Haaland don't goal. But yeah, I'll maybe have a bit of a chat in the morning, then I'll chat about my session and whatnot, and I might record some food. I probably won't, so don't expect me to.
Just a little bit, just a tiny there, just a tiny bit. I think that just opens you a little bit more.
Like this?
Yeah, if you overdo it, you'll lose it. Because to that person who's sat down here and looking up at you, your bicep then gets in the way of seeing the delt.
Would
if
you get my
lift too
midsection
high.
looks down now because I can literally breathe.
Yeah,
This.
yeah, absolutely. You may need to like modify it if you get to stage and like, fuck, I'm bloated. Then you need to hold.
But even now, I can do like a very small vacuum, like going.
Yeah, if you can hold a little small like quarter vacuum, great. It's right. I know it's just natural to like something you've got to kind of fight against what your body naturally wants to do here. Equally, this delt like looks great when I'm stood here, but not to head just there. And that's just because internally rotating a lot. If you just allow that elbow just to be there, then just bend it a little bit more to get it in. That's going to just create a fuller appearance to the delt. Keep the hands tight. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. A bit of anterior power tilt. Yeah. There you go. Hold it from shrugging up too high, so you can allow it to really come round. Yeah. Yes.
Right, and we are back in the car. Would have put before this some bits of me posing at Liam's a little bit earlier, which is really good. I'm definitely going to get it booked in a lot more because improvements already are really good. To be fair, I might whack some transformations, some before and afters where I was working with Liam. A bit earlier. Like I've known Liam a good while now. I think the first time I spoke to Liam was in my first prep when he was prepping his when he won his pro card, and he just tagged me. I remember I'd seen like some guy tag me in a story, and it was just this really big dude doing a men's physique pose, and I was like, I don't know who it is, but he looked really sick, and I was like, oh, cool. And now I'm pretty convinced. But yeah, like really good, really happy. And like, it's one thing I think with posing. It's one thing being told what to do and being shown where to put everything, but it's another thing learning that and that becoming second nature, which is really important. And then from then it's also just your posing fitness, and that's something which I need to make sure is really, really good for this year, because I do think I let myself down a little bit last time I was on stage. Not all the time, but I'm definitely thinking like in a little bit, like whether it's posing too hard, whether it's vacuuming too heavy or whatnot, or maybe vacuuming when I shouldn't do. I think that definitely let me down, and then it was just harder to stay in poses and whatnot. So that's something I do want to nail for this year. And whenever I'm up Nottingham ways now, not only am I going to go to see Tim, but I'm also going to like whenever I'm there now. But I'm also going to get booked in with Liam and get a posing session, because I do think it's massively beneficial. And I would advise anybody who is who is competing, whether it's for the first time, whether it's not, to make sure that your posing is absolutely bang on. And to be fair, all of my clients doing classic bodybuilding, doing open bodybuilding, right? I send them all to Liam. But Liam's absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. But yeah, very good morning. Work is virtually done. I've got a bit more training clips and whatnot to get back to when I'm home a little bit later on. I've got a call at 6 o'clock. It's currently 6 minutes past 3. I would already be at the gym, but I had to stop off at the strengths and services, northbound or southbound, are absolutely elite for one reason. They've got microwaves there. Fucking banging. Perfect. Because I'm not a fan of cold chicken and rice. It's weird in my opinion. But gold scar moment, always lovely. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, had my pre-workout meal about half an hour or so ago. Got another 30 odd minutes till I'm at the gym, my normal gym at UFit, and I've got upper. I don't know if I've done this session on YouTube before. I might record like the odd little bit, but I know this video's already going to be quite long, so I probably won't record all that much. It's essentially 2 sets, single arm lat pull down, 3 sets, single arm lat row, 2 sets, T-bar row, which I've actually reset a lot, and I'm going for a bit of a different grip on it. It's almost like a semi-pronated grip now. And then I go into a high incline Smith and also a fly, and that is my upper body work. And then it's just some arms to basically finish off, which is not too bad. So I might record a few bits. I'll also like record like my posing at the end and whatnot. And then for the rest of the day is finish off a little bit of work, catch the end of the City Arsenal v Tottenham game later on, which I'm fingers crossed Arsenal lose, which would be absolutely lovely. I do think it's possible. Football last night was lovely. Bit of a cagey game towards the latter end. I said to Molly and I said to the dude who was next to me, towards that latter end, it did have like PTSD vibes from the Chelsea game, which I was at last month, where like Enzo Fernandez has scored in the last minute. But City in the second half recently just haven't been very good. Second half so far this year, 2026, has been dreadful, aside from Liverpool really, where we just not really got it over the line. Fulham was alright, but our first half was definitely a lot better, which is sound if we get 2-3 goals ahead, but second half we're just bottling at the moment. But it's good that we didn't, and it was a sound game. We're not at our best. Like, I think Semenyo was a bit off it. He did well for our second goal, but Semenyo could be brilliant, and he's done well since he joined us. But I view him as if there was a Ballon d'Or winner for Sunday League football, he would win it every single year. He's the best Sunday League footballer ever. Like he's exactly what City need in some sense. In the sense of he's not like your doc who's going to just run at players, but he's someone who's going to really get involved and just be a bit scrappy and just smash it in. But finishing wise, not the best yesterday. Definitely could have scored a brace easily. Marmouche was a bit better, but sometimes he doesn't really pay attention too much to like what's actually going on. There's a few times where like we offered the ball to him and which wasn't really even facing us, but that's not ideal. And then finishing wise, again, could have scored, had a really good chance. I don't think it's been on any highlights. It was like a lot closer version of his really good goal against Bournemouth at the end of last season. But we won, so I don't care. And we are now, if Tottenham win, 2 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand, which is lovely. But enough of the football talk, because not everyone will care. So yeah, body weight today held, so I was again 206.7, which to be fair, not a bad thing, because it means that it's not like the drop of like a pound or so that I've been having over the last few days, which is good. But it'll be interesting to see where body weight's at sort of tomorrow. And that'll be pretty sound, and then any changes that will go in for tomorrow will be absolutely cool. So this might be the last time I chat to the camera, I don't know. I'm not going to really film any more of my meals. I've got my post-workout meal, a cream of rice meal, which is 100 cream of rice, 30 whey, 100 banana, 20 honey, and then 135 chicken, 100 grams of rice, the honey, pineapple, peppers, olive oil. There we go. So 700 carb both days, and then my first meal was 2.5 bagel things. It's getting to the point where bagel things are becoming the norm again. PTSD to my last prep. I say PTSD, it was quite fun. 2 eggs, 3 turkey bacon rashers, and 50 grams of peppers, 100 grams of raspberries. That was my meal, pre-workout meal. 100 chicken, 200 grams uncooked rice. Obviously I cooked it. 20 honey, 100 pineapple, 20 dark chocolate. There you go. Intra is the norm, but 30 grams of carbs, not 20. That is my full day of eating. There you go. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now because I'm getting into Cardiff now. I want to get my head switched on so I can train. I say that, I'm just listening to the football because Forest are playing Liverpool. As I was leaving Nottingham, like all the fans were going there because where Moy lives and where like her work is and whatnot, it's not too far from like the Forest ground. You can actually hear it when they score. I remember hearing them score against United last season, which was quite cool. But no, everything is sound, everything is good. I need to go and train upper, and that might be the last I chat to the camera, I don't know, but I will have some bits from upper just after this. And then the last bit of training to finish off this this weekend in the life. So what you'll see first of all is my first movement of the session. I basically recorded everything that isn't my arm work, so I couldn't be asked. So what you'll see here is just a regular single arm cable pull down. And what you'll see second is actually my second set of this, because I watched this back and I definitely thought I could have tweaked this a little bit more. Now, what I'm really looking to do with a single arm pull down is have the cable and my forearm all completely in the same line. So imagine like a barbell going from my elbow through my forearm, through my wrist, through the D handle, up to the top of the cable. That's what I sort of want to replicate here. And then when I was watching this back, I kind of noticed that, especially in like that stretch position, that lengthened position, my forearm wasn't as aligned as I'd really like it to be. So then when I'm going into the following set, as you can see here, I've moved the cable a little bit lower down, and as a result of it, it's a lot more aligned, and therefore I get a lot better sort of connection here. I don't always get the best connection with my lats. It's definitely something which I struggle with. But at the same time, I don't think internal connection is something which is always like the most important thing. You can have some movements which you do connect with, you can have some movements which you don't. For me, I can go on a leg press, I can do anything on it, and I'll feel my quad straight away. With lat bias movements, it's a little bit more difficult. So here I'm just really thinking to get alignment as well as I possibly can. But even watching this back, potentially just need to play around with alignment again, because I feel like I could try and pull from a bit of a higher sort of position. But again, with lat training, it's more so just finding that right angle, then overloading it as much as you possibly can. I then go into 3 working sets of a single arm lat bias row. So here I've got the hammer strength ISO row, which I don't actually use the chest support for a chest support. I stand up here, use my non-working arm to brace upon, and then I'm almost thinking then to just drive that elbow down into the pocket of my hip, and then it does have a nice drop off in that shortened position, which is kind of what we want here. And like this feels absolutely sound, feels absolutely fantastic. But it's again one of those movements which I can whack 5-6 plates on this and just fling it from point A to point B. But am I going to get that feel? No. Do I feel the feel of a set is absolutely massive important to know. But where I can actually get it, for example on that row, I do want to kind of chase that and then overload it from there. I've then got a chest supported T-bar. I was doing this like fully pronated grip with a yoga block between my chest and the chest pad, but I found myself, like, if I wasn't doing the movement every single week, it'll be very, very difficult to then go and continue beating numbers. So I've almost sort of refined this now, gone for a different sort of grip, and that feels a lot better. I usually then go into a high incline Smith. The Smith was taken, the Smith that you can see is shit, so I went in for just like a bit of like a sort of shoulder press there, and I definitely overshot that, but still felt really, really sound. The last chest movement, the last like upper body movement that isn't arms here, is now just a regular sort of cable fly. Again, this is feeling a lot better. Still a fair bit off my loading, which I'm usually able to do. But this definitely felt significantly greater, which I'm very, very happy with. And then we finish off, we've got some posing, and I have my client Killian just take some photos of me. So Killian, if you're watching this, mate, thank you very much, and I will see you at the time of recording this tomorrow for legs, because Killian's now my training partner when it comes to legs. So thank you very much, mate. anyone who's seen me post Killian, you will see the ridiculous transformation that we've been part of together since the start of September. He looks absolutely fucking phenomenal. He's like 18 kilos up and looks mental. Looks very, very good. But yeah, let's just go and so like the post-workout posing from this session. But coming towards the latter end of 2 back-to-back high days, which I'm very, very happy with these visuals, to be fair. Definitely the most confident I've been in my physique probably ever, which is really, really nice. So I will basically leave it there. I will cut the the voiceover short now, so you can just watch the posing and whatnot. But thank you very much for watching. Any comments, feel free. Any story shares would be absolutely fantastic. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you in the next video, which I'm going to hope to get out at some point this week as well.